I must say another thing on astrological timing that kind of bothers me sometimes is when astrologers will say things like, this is the time to work on this thing when there's this alignment, and you won't have a chance to do that again. Like, especially, like, say it's a Saturn thing, and we're like, okay, if you don't work on, like, Saturn in Pisces, Saturn is about to, like, re-enter Pisces and then leave Pisces forever. It might even be back in Pisces. I don't even remember. But people will say, oh, you have to do this right now. Otherwise, you won't have another chance for 30 years. And for me, that just did not work for me. It just put so much pressure on me. And again, as somebody who also works with, like, let's say manifestation or the law of assumption, the law of attraction, there are lots of different laws in the universe. Astrology is a pattern of synchronicity. It is a study of synchronicity. It is not telling you what to do. It is not deciding things for you, right? And I think every astrologer kind of says this, right? That, like, it's about learning to work with what's going on in a conscious way, and there is a lot of truth to that, but at the same time, you're the one. I just kind of said, like, you're not the one in control, but, like, you also are in control, right? It's kind of like, again, it's kind of like what we learn in manifestation, where you control what you want, and in that sense, you do control what you manifest, but you're not in control of the bridge of incidents, so to speak. You're not in control of how you get there. And I think that happens a lot with astrology, where it's like, maybe we think we need to work on this certain Saturnian related pattern, and life is really kind of, that Saturn event is kind of popping up in our faces and saying, like, no, actually, this is the most important thing, and we're going to know what that is based on how we're feeling at that time and what events are happening in our lives at that time. Hopefully this is making sense. But it also doesn't mean, okay, I guess I kind of got off my point a little bit. It also doesn't mean that you can't work on a Saturn Pisces related thing for the next 30 years. Like, it doesn't mean that this is the last chance you have to work on boundaries. Like, there's a little bit of an insanity to that. It may be easier. It may be a bit easier when Saturn is in Pisces, but I don't think that that's a productive way to look at things. And I'm thinking back over my life, like, when I learned how to set boundaries better, it wasn't when Saturn was in Pisces. And I probably had some sort of personal transit that was taking place at that time, right? So that's another thing. Okay, I'll just do another one on this.